Stoic pause. Stop overwhelm. We all know the feeling. It's that tightness in your chest, the frantic thrumming behind your eyes. It's the sensation of being on a treadmill that's picking up speed without your permission. Your email inbox is an avalanche in motion. Your phone is a relentless stream of pings, buzzes, and notifications, each one a tiny demand on your finite attention. Your to-do list isn't a helpful guide. It's a monument to everything you haven't done yet, growing taller by the minute. This is the signature rhythm of modern life, the constant, grinding pressure to do more, be more, and react faster. We're caught in a cycle of stimulus and reaction, a never-ending game of digital whack-a-mole that leaves us feeling breathless, scattered, and fundamentally overwhelmed. We feel rushed even when we have time. We feel stressed even about things that haven't happened yet. It's a state of chronic, low-grade panic, and it drains our energy, poisons our creativity, and steals our peace. We tell ourselves this is just the price of admission for living in a productive, ambitious world. But what if that's a lie? What if the secret to navigating this chaos isn't to move faster, but to find a way to stop time, just for a second? What if you had an invisible button you could press in any moment of rising stress? A mental switch that could instantly sever the connection between an external event and your internal chaos. This isn't science fiction. It's a 2,000-year-old technology for the mind, perfected by the ancient Stoics. They were masters of high-stakes environments. Emperors, senators, soldiers, playwrights, who needed practical tools, not abstract theories, to maintain their composure and effectiveness under immense pressure. They developed what we can call the Stoic Mental Pause Button. This is the core of their practical wisdom, a technique so simple it's almost deceptive, yet so profound it can radically reshape your entire experience of life. It's the conscious decision to create a deliberate gap, a moment of intentional stillness between what happens to you and how you respond to it. Instead of being a puppet jerked around by the strings of circumstance, you become the calm observer, the one who chooses the next move. This isn't about suppression or denial. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about reclaiming the most fundamental power you possess, the power to choose your response. So, how does it work? Let's break down the mechanics of this life-altering practice. The entire process unfolds in that tiny, precious gap you create. It has 3 distinct, actionable steps. Step 1, the physical interruption. The moment you feel that familiar surge, the heat of anger, the cold dread of anxiety, the frantic energy of being rushed, your first move is not mental but physical. Take 1 deliberate, conscious breath. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. This isn't just a folksy trick, it's a physiological reset. That single mindful breath activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest network. It acts as a direct countercommand to the fight-or-flight response that stress triggers, literally calming your body and clearing the fog from your mind. This breath is the physical act of pressing the pause button. Step 2, identify and isolate the trigger. With the mental space created by that one breath, you now have the clarity to ask a simple question. What specifically just happened? Don't analyze it, don't judge it, just name it. Isolate the stimulus from the emotional story you've already started weaving around it. For instance, instead of, "My boss is undermining me and my career is over," you simply state the objective fact. "I received an email with critical feedback." Instead of, "This traffic is ruining my day and I'm going to be late and everything is falling apart," you observe, "There are many cars in front of me and my vehicle is moving slowly." This act of objective description is incredibly powerful. It strips the event of its emotional charge. You're moving from the role of a panicked participant to that of a neutral, scientific observer. You're not the actor in the drama anymore. You're the director watching the scene unfold, deciding what happens next. Step 3, observe your initial impulse. Now, in this calm observational state, you look at your own mind. What was your knee-jerk, pre-programmed reaction going to be? Be honest. Were you about to fire off a defensive email? Were you going to start shouting at the car in front of you? Were you about to spiral into a vortex of self-criticism? Acknowledge that impulse without judgment. See it for what it is, a pattern, a habit, a well-worn neural pathway. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by events, but by the views we take of them." That initial impulse is your unexamined view. By simply observing it instead of acting on it, you rob it of its power. You see that it is just one option among many, and likely not the best one. This three-step process, breathe, identify, observe, is the practical application of the mental pause button. But to truly master it, we need to understand the profound philosophy that powers it. The core insight is the Stoic dichotomy of control. This is the simple yet life-changing idea that in any situation, some things are within our control and some things are not. What's not in our control? External events, the weather, the economy, what other people say, think, or do, their opinions, their actions, their moods. Trying to control these things is, according to the Stoics, the very definition of insanity and the root of all our suffering. What is in our control? Here is where our true power lies. Our thoughts, our judgments, our perspectives, our decisions, our responses, our character. That's it. That's the entire list. The mental pause button is the moment where you consciously apply this filter. In that gap, you ask the ultimate Stoic question. Is this thing that is upsetting me within my control or outside of it? If it's outside your control, like the traffic or the critical email that has already been sent, then getting angry or anxious about it is a waste of your precious energy. It's like shouting at the rain to stop. Your job is not to change the unchangeable, but to focus entirely on what you controlled, your response. This leads to the final transformative step. You reframe the situation. You stop seeing it as a problem or a threat, and you start asking a new question. How can this be an opportunity to practice virtue? That rude comment from a colleague? It's an opportunity to practice patience and temperance. That unexpected project failure? It's an opportunity to practice resilience, courage, and wisdom in analyzing what went wrong. The traffic jam? It's a perfect, unscheduled opportunity to practice mindfulness and calm. This single shift in perspective changes everything. Challenges are no longer obstacles to your peace. They are the very material from which you forge a stronger, more resilient character. You're not just surviving the chaos of modern life, you're using it as a training ground to become a better, wiser, and calmer human being. This isn't about ignoring challenges or being passive. It's about engaging with the world with maximum effectiveness and minimum self-inflicted distress. It's about choosing a wise, calm, and virtuous reaction, empowering you to navigate the inevitable pressures of life with an ancient and unshakable resilience. So the next time you feel that wave of overwhelm begin to rise, remember the button. Pause, breathe, and choose.